Hello everyone and welcome to another video. My track guide for the MX5 going around Winton. Let's get into it. In qualifying for turn 1, you want to be all the way on the right. My braking marker is this 50 board here on the right. When I get to that, I go to 95% brake pressure and easing that off all the way to the first curb. Once I get to the first curb, I'll go on the throttle again and I eat both curbs here, taking as much as I can without unstabling the car too much. Once I hit the second curb, I do lift. And as soon as I'm off it again, I go full throttle. The lift is to help stabilize the car just that tiny bit more. Just don't hit the curbs with all 4 wheels. Don't hit the wall here on the outside, but use as much room as you need. For turn 3, we want to stick to the left side of the track. And my braking marker is the 50 board here on the left. Once I get to that, I aim for about, again, 95% brake pressure, with easing that off all the way to the inside curb. Once at the curb, you want to go full throttle again. I apex around the middle of the corner. And we can do that because we have a wide curb on the outside, which we can use to both carry more speed out of the corner and open up for turn 4 a lot more. There's no need to brake for turn 4, all we have to do is lift off the throttle. I lift off the throttle when the white line gets small. Then you want to be using all of the inside curb. It is flat so it won't unsettle the car in any way. Once I'm on the curb, I'll ease in the throttle again. Don't be too hard on the throttle, because that will send you out to the gravel on the outside. And of course use all of the room you need. Now bring the car over to the right before going into turn 5. Turn 5 is all about setting up for turn 6. So you want to be as close as you can to the left side of the track, but you can also track out to just about mid-track before going back in. The essential part is to hit the red and white inside curb and not drift away from that. So we're able to cut all of the curb for turn 6. I input a little bit of brake and a little bit of on and off the throttle. And we pretty much do that all the way through the turn. Don't get all 4 wheels on the inside of turn 6, as that will untilt the car quite a lot. When you get all 4 wheels on the ground again, you should go on the brake. My peak brake pressure is about 60% here, with easing that off all the way to the inside curb. Once I'm at the curb on the inside, I go on the throttle again. My aim is to come out just about mid-track or on the left side of the track. Because turn 8 is quite a slow corner, as so is turn 9, so we don't have to sacrifice turn 7 at all. For turn 8, I brake just before I get to the curb here on the inside on the left. Nothing more than 20%. Quickly on and quickly off again, just to take some of the speed out of the car. I do also go down to first, to help the car rotate just that more. Just before going out of the corner, you should go on the throttle again. Just don't be too aggressive, as that will spin the car. For turn 9, I stay close to the right side of the track, and I use the Marshall post as my braking marker. Once I start losing that out of my sight, I'll be on the brake. I go to about 50% brake pressure, with easing that off into a trail brake, all the way to the top of the corner. Once I only have the yellow banners in front of me, I'll be going on the throttle again. Again, easing it in because it will be easy to spin the car here. Use all of the room necessary. Now bring the car over to the right side of the track. For turn 10, my braking marker for turn 10 is the 50 board here on the left. Here, my peak brake pressure is about 80%, holding that for a little bit before easing off all the way to the curb on the inside. Don't hit the curb on the inside, as that will unsettle the car quite a lot. When I get to the curb, I'll go on the throttle again. Again, we can do that because we have a wide curb on the outside we can use. It is flat and we want to have the highest exit speed we can because we're going down another straight. Just don't go into the gravel, as that will give a 1x. Now bring the car over to the left side of the track. If you get a bad exit out of turn 10, someone might try and overtake you into turn 11. Keep that in mind when racing. My braking marker for turn 11 is a bit hard to see on a video, but it's much more easy to see within the sim. And it's this little notch here in the road. Once I get to that, I'll go to about 80% brake pressure and easing that off all the way to the inside curb. Once I'm at the curb, I'll go down to first and then go on the throttle again. Then I'm tracking out and using all of the room on the outside, again because we have a curb we can use, so we should do it. For turn 12, my marker is the end of the curb. When I get to the end of the curb, I'll go off the throttle again, and I use a little bit of brake to help the car turn that much more. We want to get as close as we can, but do not touch the inside curb. And once at the inside curb, you will go full throttle again, and use all of the available curb on the outside to help maximize the speed going down the start-finish straight. And that's my lap around Winton in the MX5 for 1 minute 30.7. I have more guides for the MX5 linked down below. Hopefully you found this one useful. If you did, leave a like down below. Consider subscribing as well. And now for the uninterrupted hot laps.